This is the story of how Chelsea Gray hit two buzzer beaters in a single game, one to save it and one to win it, becoming the first player in WNBA history to do both. On August 6, 2026, the Las Vegas Aces walked into Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis to face the Indiana Fever, and they walked out with one of the wildest finishes the league has ever seen. The setup. Before the shots, the stakes matter. This was the third meeting of the season between the Aces and the Fever, and Indiana had already won both previous matchups, including a 109-75 blowout on July 13th. The defending WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces, were staring down a season sweep at the hands of Caitlin Clark and the Fever, and these two teams wouldn't meet again for the rest of the regular season. That made this Vegas's last shot to make a statement, even though on paper it was still just a regular season game. The collapse and the comeback. Things did not start well for Las Vegas. Indiana built a 20-point lead in the second quarter, the kind of margin that makes you assume you're watching blowout number 3 unfold in real time. But the Aces clawed back, closing the first half on a 15-0 run that cut a 42-22 deficit down to 42-37. Then they came out of the locker room and kept going. And this is where Jackie Young took over. She closed the first half and opened the second on a franchise record 15 straight points, a stretch that handed Las Vegas a 44-42 lead. The battle didn't ease up from there. Security had to escort a fan out of the arena midway through the third quarter, pausing the game for several minutes. And once play resumed, Indiana found its rhythm. The Fever rallied from a 64-55 deficit with just over 6 minutes left and grabbed a 75-72 lead late in the fourth quarter. By the end of regulation, the two teams had traded the lead 12 times. Neither side was getting a comfortable night. Buzzer beater number 1. 7 seconds left. Indiana up by 3, and Caitlin Clark stepped to the line with the chance to put the game away. Both free throws missed. Las Vegas got the ball back with 4.8 seconds on the clock, and the inbound pass got deflected by Fever center Aaliyah Boston, the kind of play that usually kills a possession. Jackie Young refused to let it die, though, tracking down the loose ball and feeding it to Chelsea Gray. One dribble later, Gray rose up off balance and drained a 3 at the buzzer, tying the game at 75-75 and forcing overtime. Gray explained afterward just how broken the play actually was. "We had a play. It wasn't for me. It wasn't drawn up that way," she said. Aaliyah Boston deflected it as a pass to me, and it was going to be a different shot. But Jackie kept playing, hit it back to me, and I looked up at the clock. Only had 1 second. 1 second off a broken play against a team that had beaten Vegas by 34 points less than a month earlier. And here's the thing. That shot alone would have been the headline on any other night. It wasn't even the biggest shot Gray hit. Overtime. The extra period matched the chaos of regulation. A'ja Wilson, the four-time MVP, provided 8 of Las Vegas's points in overtime alone, shooting 3 for 4 after grinding through a rough 7 for 21 night in regulation. With the clock winding down and Indiana clinging to a 1-point lead, the Fever isolated Caitlin Clark against Wilson. Wilson stayed in front of her, and as Clark hunted for room, Wilson got a hand on the pass and knocked it loose. The scramble sent Clark to the floor, and no foul was called. The ball ended up with Wilson, who fed it to Gray. Gray moved it to Jackie Young, and Young sent it right back to Gray, who was standing at the 3-point line with 3 seconds left. She looked at the basket. She hesitated. Then the shot went up, and it hit nothing but net. Aces win, 86-84. What made it historic? Here's what separates this game from every other buzzer beater in league history. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, as reported by ESPN's Alexa Philippou, Chelsea Gray became the first player in WNBA history to hit a game-tying buzzer beater at the end of regulation and a game-winning buzzer beater at the end of overtime in the same game. Not 2 different games, not 2 different careers. One night, 2 shots, both at the absolute last second, both with a season sweep on the line. 5 points. That's all Gray had scored through the first 39 minutes and 59 seconds of the game. She finished with 11, which means 6 of her 11 points came on exactly 2 shots, the 2 that decided everything. For the night, Gray closed the book at 11 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals, shooting 3 for 5 from 3-point range, and she was the only player on either roster to play all 40 minutes. The supporting cast. This wasn't a one-woman show, even if Gray's name is the one that made history. A'ja Wilson led every scorer with 26 points and pulled down 13 rebounds, on top of delivering the defensive stop that set up the final possession. Jackie Young put up 22 points, fueled by that franchise record run of 15 straight points, closing the first half and opening the second. Indiana had its own standouts. Kelsey Mitchell led the Fever with 28 points. Aaliyah Boston added 21 points and 12 rebounds. And Caitlin Clark finished with 20 points and 8 assists. But she also coughed up 8 turnovers, including the one that ultimately cost Indiana the game. After the final buzzer, Aces forward Nalissa Smith sat beside Gray in the post-game press conference and put words to what everyone watching was thinking. Witnessing all of this greatness is crazy. Why it mattered beyond the score. There's one more layer worth mentioning. That same Thursday morning, USA Basketball announced its roster for the FIBA Women's World Cup, and the point guards on it were Chelsea Gray, Caitlin Clark, and Paige Bueckers. That timing added extra intrigue to the night. even though nothing suggests the game itself influenced who starts for Team USA. What it did reveal was Gray leaning on her teammates instead of trying to carry the moment alone. And in her own post-game comments, she credited both Jackie Young and Aja Wilson for setting up her buzzer beaters. These two teams won't meet again this regular season, but after 12 lead changes, a 20-point comeback, and 2 buzzer beaters in one night, it's hard to believe this rivalry is finished for the year. So that's the story of the night Chelsea Gray hit 2 buzzer beaters in one game and became the first player in WNBA history to tie a game and win a game at the buzzer in the same contest. A broken play turned into a season-saving 3. A hesitation dribble turned into a season-defining one. 2 shots, 3 seconds apart on the clock, forever apart in WNBA history.